All right, all right, all right.
Powered by Riverside.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. We're here for episode 5. We are here for episode 5. Can you believe it? We're on episode 5. Can you believe it? Woo. That's what I'm talking about. So today we definitely got something in store for y'all. We definitely got a deep topic. But first things first, I want to introduce my bro, one of the greatest DJs out here in Doha, a man who's been doing his thing, a man who's solidified, a man who has, not only doing his thing for the culture, but doing his thing for just the good of the people. My man G is in the building. What's going on, baby?
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for having me. I'm very, very thankful and grateful to be here.
My man.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. To my left of me is the twin. What's going on, twin? So, excuse me, y'all. I'm looking down and up because I'm getting ready to go onto the page. If y'all on Facebook right now, or if you got Facebook, go ahead and go to search for a group by the name of Brothers and Sisters of Qatar. That's Brothers, BROTHAS, and Sisters, SISTAS of Qatar. That's what we're gonna be referencing today. Yes, that's what we're going to be referencing today. I'm not sure if they have a prerequisite before you can get added to the group. I can't remember because it's been such a long time. But let's start off by saying we did invite any member from the Brothers and Sisters group of Qatar to get on this podcast session with us today and actually open up and kind of give us some backstory and kind of give us some details on what their mission is, what they actually stand for, what their goal is, what's the objective of this group. Before we started to kind of, dig into what this group means for us as Black Americans here in Doha. And that's really what we're going to kind of touch on today. We're going to get each other's experience and we're going to kind of go through notes on what we actually feel about the group and if the group is meeting its objective, if the group is even objective for us, and kind of get into some controversial things that some people may not agree to, some people may agree to, but it's really all based off of experience and opinion. We're speaking experience here, so it's not going to be nothing that we just got up and thought about. These are actual facts. We're going to go through this page and we're going to look at some things and address it. So anybody want to kick off anything else before I get into scrolling?
No, just that we did reach out to the people that were listed on the page as the group admins, and I myself reached out to 3 people on there. And I got 2 responses back. One, this is my message to them. I said, "Hi, this was Thursday. Hi, good morning. I am a co-host on Hookah and Vape Talks with the Twins podcast. I wanted to see if I can get a representative of their group to speak on what the group stands for and what it was created for. We will be going live this Saturday, March 18th. Please let me know if you are interested. Thank you." I told them the time and everything.
Nice.
One person responded back, said, "Hi, Chelsea. Another member of the group will follow up with you." And I just said, "Okay, thank you." That member who she said will follow up with me never even opened my message. And then today I got a response back from, I'm guessing she is the lead or the head of the group and whoever created it. She said, "Hi, Chelsea. I am just seeing this message. I would have needed to get care for my son since it's Saturday. Looks like I would miss this one, but would totally be open to doing it when the timing works. Also, thanks for thinking of me."
Okay.
So, me personally, on these responses, I feel like that's just like if someone reached out to one of us or whatever, I would definitely relay the message to my twin. Like, I'm not going to just keep it to me because it's relating to our podcast or whatever we're associated with. So I feel like once one of them responded back or seen the message, of course, they probably shot a text, "Hey, did you see this message? Did this person hit you up?" I'm sure there was some type of communication, but yet they message how they message, or some didn't respond. So, yeah, you guys are basically leaving it open for us to have our opinion.
So we don't want to hear nothing about they went on here bashing us. They went on here talking bad about us, because I see a lot of these guys in person and they tend to think that they owe me an explanation for something, which in my mind is called guilt tripping. Because when you see somebody and you feel like you got to explain something and they ain't even said nothing to you, it's a guilt trip. And when we get into further details here, we're going to kind of cover why I believe it is a guilt trip. What you got, G? What you think?
This group is very interesting to me, man. This group is very interesting. So I'll say for myself, man, I've been here for 5 years, been in this country for 5 years. And this group, I got to know this group very quickly, but I also kind of separated myself from this group very quickly, because I could kind of see that, man, this ain't for me. This just is not for me.
So G, tell me about, like, how were you initiated in, or how were you introduced to the group?
Okay, so for me, I am a veteran. I'm ex-military, and coming to this country was the first time that I have been in a Middle Eastern country. Leaving the base. You know, before I was restricted to the base. You know, I never left unless it was like mission based on some army type shit. So when I came here, you know, normally you try to find people that look like you, talk like you, listen to the music that you listen to, like are interested in some of the things. And I met, you know, a few coworkers, and they was immediately like, "Yo, check this group out." And I don't know, man. Like it's really been like hit or miss with me. Like I felt like at first, like, okay, this is like a good community to belong to. But then, like today, I question, like, why am I even part of this group? and I really don't want to throw shade. I promise I don't want to throw shade. But it like today going through it, it definitely made me feel like, why am I part of this group? And you know, when you just look at the name of the group, Brothers and Sisters of Qatar, you would think that, you know, you would get a lot more than what you see, but you don't really get too much from this group, bro. You don't really get too much from this group.
That's heavy.
I feel like as an expat, bro, like like when you come to a place and that you're not from, and you feel like there's already this community there, like you should like, it's supposed to be welcoming arms and like, yo, come here and we got you. But like, that's not necessarily the overall feeling that I get from this particular group.
That's heavy. And just a caveat on that, G, you know, when you look at other nationalities in Doha, in Bahrain, in Dubai, in France, anywhere where it's not the US that we're accustomed to, you tend to feel like what you said, you hit it on the nail, where it's like these other nationalities, you see them embrace each other. For once, I see the Filipino culture. They embrace each other. They even got active ministry stuff out here to help them with jobs, to further their education. You know what I mean? Now that's on even the political side. Now we got, you know, our stuff out here, but that's not really active either. But you know, you look at it on an entertainment aspect of it, and I know several of Filipino DJs, several Filipino promoters, and they all make sure that, like, right now, if you look at the game, if you look at who's DJing right now at a lot of the establishments, they're full of just new random Filipino DJs that we've never heard of or never seen that are being put on a pedestal, that are being promoted, that are being genuinely accepted amongst their peers. Right. And they'll show up even, I mean, I know for a fact, I'm not going to name drop, but I know a few that have zero experience in DJing, right, who literally just are doing it possibly for the clout or possibly for whatever their motive is. But I know for a fact that they got people that will come out and support them every single time from their group, from their nationality group. And then we're not going to get into the other nationalities that are either dating them or either associated with them that comes out to support them too. But you look at the African culture, they have bonded. And listen, a lot of people tend to get this misconstrued a lot, especially when me and Twin talk about these subjects. They think that we're anti-Afro beats, anti-African. That's
gonna be another episode.
listen guys, we love you. We identify with you as brothers and sisters. That's why we're so hurt. You're not listening to a rage for no reason. You're listening to hurt, and it's due to the fact that there's a separation out here. When you got to get down to the nitty gritty, when you speak on a black person, right? It tends to be, there's a separation out here. You know, when I meet somebody that's black, I'll meet them and I'm thinking they're black. So we're black. But they'll tell me, no, I'm from South Africa. No, I'm from Nigeria. No, I'm from wherever they are from. That's separation. Yeah. So a lot of times people get that misconstrued. Listen, if you're black, you're black. There should not be a split amongst that. I don't see Filipinos meeting each other saying, I'm from blah, 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 this part of Filipino. I'm from this part of the Philippines. No, they get together, or even the Thais, even their nationalities, when they meet with each other, they're not discussing all of that. They're, hey, we're Filipino, we're here. Don't matter what part of the Philippines you're from, let's stick together. And I admire that. I love it. The African culture out here, they have accepted that as well, and they have adopted amongst them, though. I see a lot of South Africans teaming up and teaming up with,
like, why are you competing?
Teaming up with other Africans of their from different parts of Africa to create these events, like over there at Kyra, over there at Cavalli, B1, practically everywhere. I mean, if we're being honest, there's three groups that I would say that's out here that's heavy. The Filipinos have dominated their origins of different clubs that's out here that they DJ at. The Africans have dominated their portions, and the Arabic, and also Fourth Indian. The Indians even got Bollywood. They come out there and pack these shits out.
Not us Americans.
Yes. But unfortunately, there's no American presence. And I always get this as being a DJ. I don't know if you get this, G, but when I go to these establishments, they always ask me, okay, so, hey, where's the Americans at? Yeah. So there's the opportunity there. Yeah. But the big main focal point is that if you don't have a backing, this is a business. If you don't have a backing of support, meaning you don't have groups of people coming out to enjoy the music that you're playing, it don't matter how great of a DJ you are, you're not gonna be able to get these big 5-star, these big name spots that's out here because you don't have the crowd. Yeah. Right? Would you agree?
Man, I think especially when we're talking like entertainment, dog, like we are, us Americans, like we're very well misrepresented. There's not a lot of us out here.
Yes.
Like I said, I've been here for 5 years, dog, and like one of the I love Qatar so much because it's opened my eyes to a lot of things. I've been able to travel the world because we're smack dead in the middle of the country. I've been able to widen my range when it comes to music and things like that. But specifically talking about that, dog, like I realize how much I'm not well represented. Yes. When it comes to music, dog, like I can go to any club, bro. I have to ask myself, like, fam, like, why are we still playing like the 90s hip hop or like the 90s R&B or like the 2000s or like the early 2000s, like, and the reason I have to ask myself that because, again, no slight, like you said, to like our African brothers and sisters, bro, they got the latest and greatest of whoever is coming from wherever, but they don't got that for us.
Yes.
They don't got that for us. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. When I walk into an establishment and I'm like, yo, My name is DJ Jerry G. I can do this, da 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 da. I got a range full of music that I could represent. But this is my background. This is where I come from. So I would like to represent music from this. It's like it's almost kind of like put on the back burner.
Yeah.
But we need you to do X, Y, and Z to cater to this particular crowd. And for me, man, that's.
But G, do me a favor. Just clarify that again. So when you're in this spectrum, because I experienced that a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I'm DJing at a place, when I'm trying to DJ my culture's music, which is Black American music, what we identify with. And let me just say this for the crowd out there. Listen, everybody loves their culture. And this is why we're so passionate about this. For Black Americans, yes, I understand a lot of Black Americans identify with Africa and the origins, et cetera, et cetera. Me, myself, I can only identify with where I'm from and where I've lived. And that's just how I am. I'm not a clout chaser. I'm not a groupie. So I can't try to claim it. I don't care how hot it is. I don't care if it's the hot thing smoking right now. Listen, I'm an American, and that's all I know. I know that. So my culture speaks, and I feel like music does that. Music speaks for the culture. So that's why I understand why the Africans are so passionate about Afro beats and piano and all of this stuff. I understand that the Arabs want to listen to their Arabic music, Indians, Bollywood, etc. I get it. You want to hear your origins. It's your culture. You can relate to it. So as a DJ, when I'm there to DJ American music, and then the management or somebody from the crowd is asking me consistently to play their origin music, this is why I take those napkins that has the song request and I usually blow my nose with them. I'm just being honest. I mean, I'm not going to play your stuff when it says right here on the flyer, I'm playing American music.
Bro, I tell you, as a fellow DJ, man, I'm quick to be like, especially when they come up and be like, "Oh, can you play da 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 da?" I'll be like, "You're here and you saw that flyer, right?
You saw the flyer.
This is what's happening tonight. We ain't touching that other stuff.
Yes,
because 98% of the time, you got this.
You got it already.
And tonight, this is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
And if you don't like it, you can leave.
There you go.
So let's get back to this topic.
Okay.
So the group. To me, when I look at that title, it's amongst for us Black people or just of the culture. That's what I see that this group is supposed to be for. But, you know, I've seen, you know, people posting certain flyers in there and there not being no love shown or anything. But then when there's a certain type of flyer or a certain type of establishment posted, everybody's on there, you know, or it could be the same repost for somebody else. And the person who originally posted, there's no love, but then somebody else reposts that same thing. They're showing mad love.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's why I also wanted to kind of get that origin story out there before we dig into the group, because I wanted to kind of set the plate for you guys to understand why this is a passionate topic. So there's competition going on amongst the nationalities here as far as dominance in the entertainment. If you go into a certain club or you go into this spot, if it's usually Afro beats being played, then guess what? That's the formula that's all over this country. Whereas maybe in Dubai and Bahrain, not maybe, for sure, I've been there a lot.
Sure.
There's a balance. So there is a Black American DJ somewhere that is the face of at least 2 to 3 spots, different spots, that is playing unlimited hip hop. Hear me out, guys. Unlimited. Meaning they're not playing 2, 3, 4 songs and then the rest of the night they're playing back to their origins.
And just to add on to that, you don't have people. When I go to Bahrain, I'd never seen anyone go up to the DJ booth and request a song.
Yes,
never.
never.
You see all nationalities in the crowd dancing to any and everything that's being played. Out here, as soon as something is played, everybody sit down or they stop dancing or whatever the case. In these other countries, no, people still dancing. They're getting into the vibe and everything. Here, it's like, yeah, no, we're not associating with that and just stop dancing.
Point blank, period. So it's safe to say, guys, before we move into the actual brother and sisters group, it's safe to say that out here, as an up-and-coming promoter, as an up-and-coming DJ, as an established DJ, as an established promoter, you got to have a crowd, which means you got to have support. So it's not about your styles. It's not about your technique. It's about how many people can you bring? In other words, right? Which we could label that as support. So that's why we would even need support, is for the fact that there's not a club out here dedicated for that. Whereas in Bahrain or in Dubai, there's clubs dedicated to that. Whether they have one person or 2 or 5 million, they're going to play that hip hop because that night is dedicated to that. The management has already stated, hey, listen, it don't matter about how many people going to be there. This is what we're giving to the people
for this night.
This night is going to be that. But here it works differently. Here is all about the crowd. So if the crowd is there, then yeah, you can play whatever you want. But if there's no crowd, you're going to have to stick to the same thing that everybody else is playing. In other words, recorded playlist. So now,
and those be the wackest. The recorded playlists be the wackest.
YouTube playlist.
And you can tell when they're recorded.
I'm so tired of 50 Cent in the club.
Son,
I'm so tired of Pop Smoke,
song.
Dior.
Is this not 2003 no more?
Bruh.
Is this not, why are we still listening?
The same Jay-Z
that, and you know what? And
niggas in Paris.
And the crazy thing is, at least when it comes to like DJing, like it don't like I don't mind hearing those, especially like if you get them in there right.
Yeah, blend it right.
But like,
or somebody's
it's
birthday,
like the representation. It's like they only listen to In the Club.
There you
it's
go.
Only Dior.
There
it's only this. It's
there
like,
you go.
On, fam.
Yes.
It's like, and you getting paid for this.
And let's not forget the World Cup that just came and they flew all those artists. That's why I can't wait till we get into these topics.
Yes.
Like we flew this country flew all these artists down here. Are the sponsor of that.
Yeah.
They flew all the artists.
The FIFA Entertainment Group.
They flew all these artists down here. Lil Baby, I think the Baby was down here. Was it Offset down here?
Yeah,
Y'all flew
Offset,
all these
Rick
hip
Ross.
hop artists down here. And fast forward or rewind, when have we heard Lil Baby in the club?
Right.
Never.
And
ever.
remember, the only reason that those guys flew out here was due to a separate entity.
The Budweiser.
So yeah, those people were from the States. So they even thought, hey, look, if we coming out here, we gonna give American music the spotlight as well. They came with artists that would bring the spotlight for that. But like you said, that's a whole nother topic because we can talk about people saying that they love hip hop so much and they there, but then when American DJs is here playing those same guys, they don't show up. They'd rather be in another spot. So let's jump into this brothers and sisters group though. So I like to always start with the thesis. I like to always start with exactly what the group says that it's for. So the group says about the group, a group designed for support. Listen to the key words, guys. A group designed for support, networking, and socializing with others of African descent living in or interested in living in Qatar. So this group has 1.6K members. Okay.
African descent.
1.6K. Now, it said, and yes, that's exactly why we wanted to have somebody from Brothers and Sisters on the group, because we wanted to clarify when you say you're networking and socializing with others of African descent. I mean, we all know that now the Census Bureau changed a lot of that. So you got to look at it on our aspect. As an American, we kind of divvied away from that because we weren't getting the credit as what we were supposed to get as Black Americans. That's a little history jewel for you. So it used to be Afro-American, right? It was Afro-American, African-American, and now it's Black. Basically Black American. Now you can claim what you are. You don't have to go off of something that you might not even be a part of.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to understand which one is this. It's socializing with others of African descent. So, okay, never mind that. Let's say that they're meaning African descent, meaning just of the color. They're meaning that everybody Black, right? So there is 1.6K members. Okay. So now, if you go to some of these events on here, right? You look at an event, Black Panther, Wakanda private screening, okay? So when these admins, there's certain people that post on this page that I see a lot. You'll see it. You'll see these different people, and I'm not going to really call out their name because I don't want to get sued or nothing like that. But but if you go on the group, you'll see. Okay, so let's just go down the let's go down the line with this. I posted a post, right? So it's all by the most relevant. I posted a post saying that me and my co-host was going to be doing a podcast for this episode. It got 3 likes. Okay. 3 of the likes one of the persons of the group actually said that they did create the group, but they were not able to record today. Maybe one of the OGs could, and you already read what happened, what Twin said. They basically wasn't able to get on. So now that one got 3 likes. Now let's go down and go a little further. We got a picture of a young lady on, and looks like what to be. It's a nice little clothing line. It's an elegant collection. 9 likes. It got 9 likes. It got 2 comments. Okay. Another post, 19 likes. Okay. So as you keep going, now let's go to the real one. That's real here. So there was an event that was at El Faro. I don't know if you guys are all familiar with that, but there was a group with El Faro, which basically was the very first brunch. Now, keep in mind, there's a brunch that was done by the Caribbean side, Afrobeat / Caribbean side, that caters more to that type of music, right? That promoter and her crew, they all have a Caribbean / Afrobeat with a little sprinkle of I've heard a few little hip hop songs here and there, but for the majority of the music, it's Caribbean and Afro beats music,
and not up to date hip hop. So
yeah, and the hip hop in our opinion, as being hip hop fans, is not up to date, but they do play a couple of the hip hop songs. But for the majority of the event, is Caribbean. That's what's on the flyer. That's what's advertised, is Caribbean and Afro beats. So they have a brunch. This new to Doha now. Remember, Doha has never had brunches out here. Not that I know of. Not brunches that's like, where you got music and all of that, food and all that. That's a Dubai, Bahrain thing. You got to go over there for that. Forget about it. Or a stateside thing. But they finally got it. And when they finally got it, it was for the Caribbean and Afrobeat music lovers. We applaud that. We love that. As a matter of fact, we love it. We love it. We love that. Again, we're not saying that it's wrong for groups to do what they do. We love it. Outstanding. But here's what bothered me. They had a El Faro brunch, which was supposed to be hip hop, R&B, and the Afro beats and piano. So it was supposed to be a mixture of everything. But you could tell from the flyer. Now listen to this. That's another topic we'll talk about later too, is about how flyers are being falsely used. On this flyer was an R&B song that I love. And that was the thing going out. So that gives you the image in your head that you're finna go hear R&B, you finna hear some old school classics. The DJ that was doing that did a great job. But that DJ is not a Black American DJ. I'm just going to be straight up honest. I know the guy. He's a great guy. I've listened to him DJ and everything, and I actually attended that. So I do support. I've supported multiple things from this group, and I'll go into that a little later. But on this group, at this brunch, I showed up, and it was not packed out. Okay, it was not packed out, but it was a few Americans. There was a few others. But I noticed that whenever an R&B song was played or any American music was played, nobody danced.
And there were Americans in the crowd.
And Americans were in the crowd. They were almost ashamed to dance. Like, I was up dancing by myself for a good, as long as every song that came on that was an R&B song or an American song, I jumped up and I was having a good time. I was drinking and I was dancing. Nobody else joined me until way at the end, and that was after, everybody was sloppy drunk. But it was almost like they were ashamed to even dance to it. And then the people that were there that were from another culture, the Africans that were there from another part, they wouldn't even get up. They was like looking at Legacy like, yo. And then when they give him that look, you know what that means. He gonna go into the Afro beat. he gonna go into the Afro beats. And he gonna go into the piano to give them what they want, and then we gonna get just a half a song here and there, and then back to that. So that's pretty much what the night ended up turning out to be, in my opinion. But my problem was the lady from Brothers and Sister Group. She was advertising this. I've had discussions with her before, and I've told her that we are trying to bring Black American music to Doha. There are several DJs here. You're looking at 2 right here. I did offer 2 other DJs that I know of to come on this podcast. One of the DJs, he didn't want to get involved, which was kind of like making me think that Brothers and Sisters Group might be a small time mob or something. I don't know. but people were scared to come out and talk. The other DJ was busy. So we only have one Braveheart DJ that got on here with me.
but we're not on here to bash them.
We're not bashing. But okay, I talked to this lady and I explained to her that this was the movement that we was trying and we needed the support. So I did tell her that. And I've told several people in that. I've even posted, if you look at my posts on there, I've posted and said, hey, listen, let's go, let's come out, let's make this a thing. I've had several different venues that we've been at, but each venue, no shows. And even on the post, there's no likes, there's no comments, no support, except Twin and except some of the people that, you know, I've met throughout the time frame that will be like, oh yeah, I know go. So which lets me to believe only if they know you, they're gonna rock with you. If they don't know you, they're not gonna rock with you. And if you're not supporting an African agenda or Jamaican agenda or a Caribbean agenda, you're not gonna get any likes. Because here's the thing, I posted a post about the Jerk Shack. You guys remember that? There was a Jerk Shack. Yeah, there it goes. I posted about the Jerk Shack where I said, hey, you know, I'm going to support this. I'm going to go check it out. Now, listen, guys, I have no part of Jamaican in me at all. At all. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I love fruit.
At all. I really don't even eat Jamaican food like that. But because the young man was starting his own business, I went out there and supported him. Ray's Jerk Shack Jamaican Grill. I went out there and supported the man and even videoed it and even tried to, you know, give him some videos to use for promo. 20 people in the group liked it.
And 5 comments. And all he said was, Lego, let's see what we working with. Great customer service, by the way.
That's it. That's all I said. I literally just reposted. I literally just shouted out another person showing support, and everybody supported, not me. They supported the man's shack, the Jerk Shack.
This is a support group.
But it's a support group. And then every other post of mine is all posters of me DJing in different venues, showing videos of the venue, trying to get people to come out. And I got 0 comments, 0 likes, unless it was somebody that I knew, unless it was Twin or some sort like that. Other than that, no likes, no nothing. Okay? Period.
A major one.
Now, here's another slap in the face. And then I'm gonna let G talk. I'm gonna let Twin talk. I'm very passionate about this because I've been pushing this. Y'all don't understand. If you look on this page, I'm supporting every single thing that was on there at one point. I was supporting everything. I went to the claw that they had. I went to the events. Most of the events though they have on times that we have work on Fridays and stuff. So I have work, so I couldn't make those. But I did show support as far as liking it, reposting it. I did that. But here's a slap in the face. Black History Month was just last month, right? For that, can you read what this says, Twin?
All right, so there was a post made February 13th. It's a flyer. It says Friday, February 17th, Sound of Africa presents Black History Month. Mm-hmm. Then it goes to say, here we go. Let's celebrate Black culture together. Mm-hmm. Like this post if you plan to attend. Sound of Africa presents a celebration of Black History Month. And then it says the date, the time, the place. Free entry for all. It gave the WhatsApp number for table reservation. And then it also says, as part of Black History Month, we come together as one and join in a celebration of all things Black. All things Black.
All things Black. So that should include Black Americans. No?
Yeah. Then it says,
all things Black. We are Black. Newsflash.
No matter whatever the color skin, we are Black. All are welcome. Join us on a musical journey of old school hip hop and R&B to the sound of Africa. For this special night, we ask those who wish to support the evening to come dressed in black, yellow, red, or green. Then it says, click here for the food, blah, blah, blah. So
keep in mind, guys, that they want it. Look at the banner of the thing. The banner says "Sounds of Africa," though.
Bro, if you ask me, that's a specific to get to a specific demographic of people. That's a specific.
It's specific. It says the sounds of Africa. So basically,
with the colors of the flag.
With the colors of, and listen, let's break down the flag. Let's give you another history jewel. Marcus Garvey created the Pan-American flag. That's a Black American flag. That's a Black American flag. I repeat, that's a Black American flag. I don't know if y'all know, but Black Americans don't have a flag like Africa has a flag. It has its own thing. It has its own originality. So does all these other countries. They got their own flag. Our flag was shared, right? It was shared with the United States of America flag. But our Pan flag was then made by Marcus Garvey, who made those colors and put that together for Black Americans. Okay, and Marcus Garvey wasn't even Black American. He was
Jamaican.
Haitian. What, Jamaican, right? Jamaican.
He's either Jamaican or Haitian. Yeah. Jamaican or Haitian.
Jamaican or Haitian.
Caribbean.
So he even felt like, damn, Black Americans
Haitian.
don't get shit.
I think
he was Haitian, right? Yeah.
I think he was Haitian.
He even felt like Black Americans ain't getting no damn respect or nothing in their order. Let me go to this school and make this flag for these guys. So you're advertising a Black American flag. I'm sorry, Legacy, if I'm wrong. But I think Legacy is Arabic descent, I believe. Or if not, he could be maybe of African descent. I'm not sure. I've heard different things. I didn't get a chance to reach out to him, and I apologize if I'm incorrect. But I know he's not Black American. So this group had then took the group elevated DJ Legacy with the Sounds of Africa to DJ the entire event at a nice spot. Oxygen Club, right? Like La Cagra, whatever hotel, which is a nice spot. Elevated him to be the DJ there for Black History Month. There is at least 5 Black American DJs that I know of here in Doha who DJ just as well, or in some opinions could be better for the culture. I'm not saying DJing technical. I'm talking about for the culture. You have to understand that when you're DJing, I can't be a DJ for Bollywood. I know nothing about Bollywood other than some of the nice videos I've been seeing or some of the stuff I've seen on TV. I know nothing about the culture. So I was fucking around one time DJing at a club, and they wanted me to play some different Indian music, and I ended up starting a fucking war in there because two of the people were from different sides of India, and they had some type of war going on. So they were like, why are you playing that? Play this. I'm like, I don't fucking know. You guys are giving me fucking song requests. I'm going off fucking YouTube at this point. I don't know. So therefore, is what I'm saying is you don't know the culture. So you don't know what's in. You don't know what's hot right now because that's not your lane. Right? So he was put there. I commented in the group and said, hey, this is disrespectful. All these Black American DJs here and not one could be put into this play. Remember, it wasn't just DJ Legacy that actually put the thing together. It was I believe she is from the States. I believe she's a Black American. I'm not sure. I have to double check on that. But I'm sure that they have elevated the DJs that they pick. I've seen pictures of, them with DJ Legacy.
DJs, and none of them seem to be American, Black American.
No Black Americans. None.
But you guys are here for Black History Month, but yet you're not having the face be a Black American.
Let me give you another jewel. On that same time frame, there was another party they had. They had a party, a blackout party. This was when Wakanda came out. Okay, this was when the second Wakanda came. Or no, this might have been the first Wakanda. I'm not sure. But it was one of the Wakandas. Okay, when that movie dropped, everybody wanted to do some type of like a black thing. You know what I'm saying? And I did a blackout with hip hop and mixture. Now, don't get it twisted, guys. I play a mixture of music. I'm not just straight up all hip hop the whole entire time. I sprinkle some of it. I get a little session in there with the Afro beats and piano as well. But I of course, I dominate with my culture's music for that night. But I did something that was a blackout party. Nobody showed up except Twin and a few of her friends that she was able to get to come out that came and supported, and my personal support that I had that came out and supported. But nobody else from this group came. None of them ever come. So my question is, who are y'all really supporting? Who are y'all supporting? I mean, we try to get you on the podcast to even, talk about it, and we can't even get them on the podcast to talk about it.
Help us better understand what the group is for.
We want to understand what the group is for. I'm looking again. What you got, G? What's your experience? Have you got anybody to come out to any of your venues that you had? Look at this. I'm even looking at this. They even had a post for Michael B. Jordan for the boxing movie, the Creed 3. And people are supporting it. People are liking it, supporting it. 6 likes, hearts for Michael B. Jordan. He's famous already. He's fucking famous already.
You don't even know.
Is he American or is he from?
Hell yeah, he's American. That motherfucker straight up American.
He's one of us.
He's one of us. So you're supporting Black Michael B. Jordan. I even think Wakanda. What's his name? The one that played T'Challa. Rest in peace. Chadwick Ball. I believe I know he got some Black American in him. Look at this. It says, look at this, guys. Get yourself to Jawan for exquisite Qatari cuisine brunch. 6 likes. 6 likes. This is an exquisite Qatari cuisine brunch with a view, and it got 6 people liking it. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan's American.
Okay, so again, for me, I don't want to shame nobody. I don't want to shade nobody, but personally, I don't see the purpose of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the purpose of the group because when I click on the title and I see brothers and sisters of Qatar, like just who I am, just as a Black man from South Carolina, United States of America, coming to the Middle East, my thought process when I run into people of color is that what you want? Like, I'm fucking with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we won. Like, that's just me. Like, I am super and hyper.
Yeah.
Black fucking, like, that is me. That is me. I don't give a damn where you come from. We could all be in the same living room coming from the different places of the world, sprinkled in with, different people from wherever the fuck they come from. I'm gonna immediately look at the Black folk and be like, so where you come from and what you doing and what's your life like? Like, that's just who I am, because I'm very hyper Black. But that particular group, I don't necessarily get that. When I feel like I'm clicking on a group or I'm joining on a group that's supposed to be inviting to expats and community driven, like, again, I don't want to throw shade or make this particular I don't get that.
Yeah.
I personally don't get that. I've scrolled through that group numerous times and I've had to question, like, where the fuck is the community?
Where is the love?
Where the fuck is the community? And to me, again, I've been here for 5 years, but I feel like I could have done. I would have been just as fine if I didn't know this damn group existed.
How long have you been in the group?
Again, I've been here for 5 years. I probably got introduced to this group and got accepted to this group maybe like 4 months of my time being here. It got to a point to where today was the first time that I even looked in this group, because it's like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it to me, it serves no purpose. And then when I go look through like recent posts, like, bro, like I was scrubbing back I went back a year back, 2 years back, and it just seems pointless. Yeah. I feel like if you're going to be accepting of Black folk, then you need to be accepting of all Black folks, not just who you deem, from this area, or as you said in what their description is, folk from African descent. My nigga, what if I ain't did my ancestry yet and I don't know where the fuck I came from?
Yes.
I feel like that's for a lot of us in America. For one, a lot of us ain't had the time to go abroad. A lot of us ain't had the bread, or we trying to figure out how to do our day to day. Nigga, where we come from and our ancestry, for a lot of us, ain't our pressing issue.
Yes.
So we don't have the time to sit here or know that, we came from this tribe, from this part of Africa, and some of these other people. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like even in that description, it's alienating certain folks, and it's kind of dissecting who you are allowing and accepting into this group. When you say brothers and sisters of Qatar, bro, I don't care if you colorism. I don't care if you light skin, dark skin, bro. If you got a little bit of melanated pigmentation in your skin, like fam, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you, and I'm open to what you have to say. But again, not to throw no shade or whatever at this particular group, I don't necessarily feel that way when I look at this group, and I haven't felt that way. Yes, I've met some dope people. Yes, some people have shown out, but like on a scale of like 100%, like it just has not been that. It has not been that. Has not been that, bro. Like I literally went through the page today, and it's just like, bro, this is a shame.
It's sad.
This is a shame.
It's painful.
This is a shame.
It's painful. Look at this shit. The new season of Doha Debates will be hosted by Palestinian American comedian and actor Mo Amir and a front live audience. This got 6 likes. I posted a fucking post advertising just a few days ago about a club that I was DJing at. 0 likes. Like, what are we doing here? Why is it? What are we saying? Look at this. The snippets of my life and darkness in the desert. This one got 11 likes. I'm telling you guys, if you think we're bullshitting, go on the page and just start looking. I ask you to take the time. If you're already a part of this group, do better. Take the time and go look at it.
I almost feel like this group really serves no purpose. It doesn't serve no purpose. You would be better off, especially being an expat in this country, running into the people that you meet, finding a little group chat or whatever, and interacting with those people, and figuring out, you know, how y'all gonna parlay, how y'all gonna link up, things like that. Because I mean, this group ain't really, it ain't really doing that. It's not really doing that. And then amongst everything, there, in my opinion, there seems to be like this separation.
Yes.
But it's separation amongst Africans out here too. So it's like now you're separating us Black American, like you're really dissecting it, like section by section instead of us all sticking together.
And you know, another thing that's sad, man. And I understand. I know somebody's gonna have a smart ass comment and be like, "Why don't you start your own shit?" We will. That's in the works. That's been thought of, and I'm planning on starting something like that as well. You know, and you know, a real actual group that really does embrace every culture. All right, I'm not even gonna come out and just be like, no Black American page, but I'm gonna say that, you know, I'm gonna really have a page. We'll start a page that actually is looking out and supporting every single brother and sister for real that's in Doha here. We're just laying out the facts of this group because, like G had mentioned, and like Twin had mentioned, see, when you first get overseas, this is the group that's given to you, and it doesn't even dawn on you. Remember, I wasn't even DJing the first year I got here to Doha. So the very first year I got here, I was just really happy to be the fuck out of where I was at. There was no drinking. I'm not down in any country, so that's why I'm not saying no name. But y'all know, there was no drinking allowed. There was no nothing. So for me, all this shit was exciting. I mean, I supported Matrix. I supported Cavalli. I supported everything, buying bottles. And this is what happens. And this is why I'm saying this group is reminding me of that. What happens is, it's not like they're for you. It's more so like they want to use you.
For your money.
We know you're making some money. So guess what? Come on out so you can buy a bottle. You can drink and do all of this. But yet we ain't going to play your music. We're going to play 2 or 3 songs just to say, hey, fuck it. We played some hip hop.
And it'd be some old shit.
And it'd be some old shit that we can't even turn up to.
Slap in the face.
A slap in the face. And then after that, then it's like, okay, we did our part. We got them some hip hop. All right, now we can go back to our agenda. But yet we're the ones buying all the fucking bottles. When I'm looking around, I'm seeing motherfuckers dry as a desert. Not a cup in fucking hand. But enjoying themselves to the maximum because their music is being played. When you hear your shit, you don't even need to be drunk. You're drunk off the music most of the time. So we don't even get a chance to, I mean, listen, I was at a club yesterday. We was out last night. Fucking horrific. You're telling me that you're saying that this is an R&B and hip hop night, but yet I'm hearing Latino music the whole fucking time, damn near.
It was like a 7 out of 10 tonight. And then, and it was a lot of old school.
For me, it was 4 out of fucking 10. And the reason why is because the 4 is only because the place is beautiful inside.
It is.
That's it. The music made no sense. No transition. no steady pace.
Blend
You're
was
going
probably trash.
Blend was horrible. All it was a jump from a hip hop to Latino. You can't do that and then come back. Okay, but that's
wait. The icing on the cake, you left. They played this old Drake and Lil Wayne song, Ransom. If you know Drake and Lil Wayne, you know this song. They played, I said, oh shit, that's my, like, I like this shit.
Okay.
As I started listening to the lyrics, it was someone from wherever remixing it. Y'all didn't even think to start playing the original song. And I'm like,
so they went on they went on YouTube and downloaded that fucking karaoke version.
Yes,
they got their
it was somebody else
remixing
it. I was just like, what the hell? Like, where the real song at? And then when they did play something somewhat new, what was it, Ric Flair? Well,
okay,
it wasn't
right.
that
Amigos,
new, but it was a little up to date.
Yes.
They played it for what? 20 seconds,
not
30
even
30 seconds, and then jumped to some badass mix song.
By the time Ric Flair said "woo," it was on to Latino fucking some other shit. Is it Latino night or R&B and hip hop night?
And that's what it says on the flyer.
On the flyer it says R&B and hip hop. But that's not neither here or there. That's another topic that we're gonna probably take an hour on too, dissecting what the fuck is going on with these false flyers. But yeah, I mean, how is it? Who is this group for? I just encourage anybody that's a part of the group, please, on your free time.
Well, they did post about Black Americans. This one.
Oh, there was a Black American that they did get 50. Yes. He got 50 fucking 50 reviews on.
And 50 reactions and 103 comments. And the post was, it says, hello, brothers and sisters of Qatar. It gives me no pleasure to make this post, but it's very necessary. Jarvis Washington, whoever that is, has been in Doha for 3 years, scamming people, including myself, some extremely close friends. Jarvis has borrowed lots of money from lots of people in Qatar, knowing he has no job and no meaning of paying them back. He is currently in hiding. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, the link that they post on is Crime Stoppers. So in the detail, it says what state he's from, Georgia, and the race is Black. You don't really see, if you go on this group, you don't really see like positive Black American posts, and if it is, it's from Black Americans or some selective Black Americans, like my twin himself. But the one post that gets a lot of likes is something negative. Why are you guys giving so much attention like this?
Stay away from this nigga over here. Stay away from that.
Yes.
We told you about them Black Americans.
But yet you have some positive posts that are from Black Americans and are, representing Black Americans, and it gets a few likes. Like, there was one my twin posted, and this is where, like, there's a whole dissection. We're going to dissect all this. But it was him showing support amongst all culture, amongst all DJs. He put, support your American DJs. We are trying to make rap, trap, R&B a spot to go to on a day-to-day regular, like every other genre of music here in Doha. I hear all the time that no one knows where to go for hip-hop, but we post all the time, and barely any likes or support. Support your American DJs. So he posted another DJ, his flyer that he had going on, and then he posted himself and his flyer that he had going on. It got 13 likes and 8 comments. But the thing is, how many of those likes and comments or whatever, how many of those people actually showed up to these events? Like when I have
reposted it.
Yeah, when I've gone to these events, I'm always hearing people, Black American people, saying we don't have no spot for hip hop, blah blah blah. But yet you guys see these posts. Don't act like you don't see these posts. Ignore them, and then go to the other spots where they definitely are not playing hip hop, R&B. Like, they're not playing this music that they're using to false advertise to bring you into the club. But yet you guys are going there showing support, but can't show your Black American
posting videos, Snapchat videos, having the time of your life. That's support. Here's another thing too. When they usually have come, even if some come to the show, not dancing, not moving, not got a bored look, sitting down. But yet, when something else is being played that you claim you ain't even wanting to hear, you're telling me that you're so tired of hearing this type of music, but yet you're there with socializing and dancing and upbeat and all of that. What's going on? Why is there the embarrassment, number one, of your own culture? Why are you embarrassed of where you're from? Why are you embarrassed of that? And that's personal. Whatever your reason may be, we understand that.
But it's a slap in the face.
It's a slap in the face with the no support. And especially when we're supporting you. We're supporting your events. We're supporting your ideology. We're supporting your group. Even being in your group on Facebook is support. You got 1.26 thousand people. We're part of helping you get that. You know what I mean? If you go down and look through this group, you'll see that a lot of people are coming from the States that's joining it because they all give a baby bio when they get in there. They're coming from the States. So that there is a vast majority, there's a big group of us in that are Black Americans in there. But like you said, it's really baffling to me that you can support other nationalities though, but not your own. Is there a bias against Black Americans? Have we done something to you guys? Look at the man. You put this man on blast. You put him in a group. First of all, that's fucked up. Like
he's already on blast.
I know a lot of Africans who have been jailed for drugs and for doing a lot of shit. And nobody has ever posted these guys in a fucking group. Now, I get it. You guys were trying to warn people about that, but you didn't have to put the man's photo up there. You didn't have to embarrass the man like that. You could have just said, hey, be leery of a guy by this name. He's because listen, I bought food from that guy. I had no idea. But now I get it because, you know, the man, I bought some food and he kept telling me, oh, he can't bring it. Because again, I'm always supporting, especially when a Black American get on there and say, hey, I'm a cook. I cook this and that. And he said he was cooking collard greens and fried chicken, all that shit. I said, hell yeah, I want some soul food. And I bought food from this man, but he didn't show up until like 12 a.m. And I had ordered my meal at like 11 in the morning. He showed up at 12 at night. I didn't complain.
Was it good though?
It was fucking fire. It was fucking fire. The man
it should be hitting.
The man's a convict. The man might be a convict, but he's a hell of a cook. I waited for this man, and listen, I supported him. He was grateful for the support, and then I never heard from him or seen him again. But I did not do a bad review. I didn't go in there and bash the man. I just personally, when I talk to people, I told them, hey, this guy is doing good, but listen, this motherfucker gonna take all day to get you your food, but the food is good. You know what I mean? But you guys put this man on blast, and 50 fucking people got on there, and 100 people had something to say about it. But yet, if those same 100 people commented on DJs like myself and G over here, positive shit, and liked it, if just 50 of you guys liked those flyers, guess what? We would be in the same position, because I spoke with people from this group and they told me, oh, the reason why we don't really support is because you guys don't get 5-star spots. Listen, hold on. Number one.
Places aren't 5-star.
Hello, this is not Dubai. Number one. Okay, you ain't got fucking Club White and Live Oak and those places sitting around. Now, listen, this place has beautiful spots. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying there's not a big, large gap between it. You can't tell me that Kyra is not basically just a bigger fucking version of Matrix. It's the same shit. A tourist place either. It's the same shit. It's bars, lounges that are turned into these so-called clubs. There's still bars and lounges. That's why you got so many fucking tables. Guys, hello, if you've been to a club, you don't sit down in the middle of it. You're up at a fucking, if they have something, they got it pushed over by the bar. You got bar stools, you got VIP sections. You don't have tables to dine in at. It's not a dine-in, it's a club. So this 5-star notion shit, and then that's not correct, because let's do the math. If we go on here and look, the same people from this group have went to Street 22 to do the little paint thing, the wine and paint, and that gets a lot of likes and a lot of comments. And guess what? Street 22 is not nowhere near a 5-star. And I've DJ'd at Street 22 several times, and I've sent out flyers. I've put it in a group. Nobody supported it. So that notion that we got to have a 5-star. Now, let me tell you another aspect on it. Your beloved DJ Legacy that you guys support so much, because that's the person I see. That's the only reason I'm mentioning you, DJ Legacy, is because these guys support you to the fullest. They love you. I mean, I've seen pictures with these guys taking it with DJ Legacy, my favorite DJ. But yet you got 5 Black American DJs out here busting their ass every fucking show, every time, with zero support to try and make the culture be something here. And you guys don't even like it.
And what's so funny is you guys want to be pro whatever, let's take a look at, we all come from the USA. Like it's not like you guys are migrating straight from, no disrespect to anyone, but you guys are not coming straight from Africa and then coming over here or whatever other country. You guys are coming from the United States and you can't even support us Americans, and we come from the same country. Like that's a bigger slap in the face.
Yeah,
we should be able to
repost.
Stick together, but yet it's like we're divided amongst whether it's colorism, nationality, or whatever. But we all are Black Americans, whether we claim African descent, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you guys in this group just separate us and only show support for selected things. Mm-hmm. So
don't put us on blast when we do something wrong, guys, because I guarantee you, if I want to be petty, because I can sometimes be a petty troll, I could go in there and dig up a bunch of motherfuckers that's done illegal shit and has done dramatic illegal shit and been busted, and on them photos where they put your ass on your knees and in front of all the product that your ass then got busted with, cell phones, all that shit. So we don't want to go there. I don't like to do that. I'm usually a nice guy, but I mean, come on, you're putting this man on blast with 100 comments, but yet if that same man, now see, when he was posting about his soul food, there was no fucking likes about that shit. No replay. But as soon as the man gets in trouble, here you are putting him on Front Street with his photo and everything. That's sad. Whoever done that, you got to think about what you're doing. And if you're going to do him, do the rest of these people too. Wasn't there just a guy that just got busted for a big ass scam? He was an African guy who came over. He did some big ass scam with the money, and he locked them up. He was riding around in Rovers, Range Rovers, all this type of shit. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, this happened about a year ago. I didn't see not one post about that. 5
years or something.
Yes, he was doing life insurance or something. He was doing some scam
with the TV. It was with the TV shit. Or are you talking about the guy in Dubai or something? It was like two big guys.
Yeah,
I didn't see nobody repost that.
Nobody reposted it. So let's keep it the same energy for everybody.
Do y'all think that because we come from we were born in the United States of America, our parents came from there, do y'all think that it's a disconnect between where we come from versus I won't even include like the black folk that come from like the UK and the islands and shit like that, but like just from us Black Americans, from those that was born in Africa, do you think that there is like a legit disconnect between two groups?
Well,
because it would sometimes seems like there is a very much disconnect.
Hell yeah.
I think between us. Selective, because I have a few African Caribbean friends, stateside, and a few here are just amongst in the overseas. We get along great. Like, they don't make me feel like, oh, you're American or we together. But there is some people who think, oh, well, because I'm from here, I got to disassociate myself like from Black Americans or whatever. But what that whole thing is just like what some countries over here. You guys don't love us, but you love our culture. Mm-hmm. You love to like try to put on for our culture, but then when it comes to being around us, it's a no. It's a disassociation.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both of y'all. There's definitely a disconnect, and there's a disconnect in two spectrums. In the U.S., it's a disconnect between the African brothers and sisters and the Black Americans there. More so on our side. We don't really try to, and I think it's because we're the majority. That's obviously the reason. We're the majority over there in the US. So we on our own mission, which is, and then over here in the Middle East, we're outnumbered. So they're on their own mission, which is understandable, which is why I'm saying I really don't even get into why they don't support, because that's another chapter. Because if you take it like some of these successful promoters here that are from Africa and have already did the groundwork and they got good platforms, good promotion, great turnouts in their events, they will stick together and put themselves in the position to be that friend. But also they will uplift their Tunisians, they will uplift Filipinos, but they will not uplift Black Americans. But they will patronize us. They want us to show up and buy the beers. The bottles. They want us to show up and do the VIP. They want us to show up with the swagger. They want us to take all the promo the photos. If you look at all these fucking photos,
shit.
want the culture shit. They want the culture shit. They'll fly down Cassidy. They'll get Lil Pump, but they will not put a black man, a black American, in these mainstream DJ spots to actually DJ music. Whereas in Bahrain and Dubai, you know, all colors is up there. They got Africans rocking their house. They got black Americans rocking the house. They got other cultures doing their thing. But here it is specifically no black American allowed type shit.
Bro, that shit don't even make sense to me.
They will fly in a DJ, pay the bag for them to come in, and you have all these DJs that are already
all these damn DJs. I heard DJ Fat Scoop. I heard one guy asked me to open up for DJ Fat Scoop. You know how long ago that nigga was on Missy Elliott shit?
Boy,
he was
a long time.
A long time.
Fucking Missy Elliott shit. She don't even fucking rap no more.
Long time team.
They were gonna fly him down. And had the audacity to ask me to open up for him. Motherfucker, you should be open. He should be opening up for me. He should be fucking opening up for me. I'm current. He not current. But that's the mindset. It's like they will not put us there because they don't want us to be in that type of and it's sad.
Why do you think that disconnect exists though?
Because of the jealousy.
But that's why
the states were running shit.
Because I be trying to figure that shit out all the time. Like, because there's obviously, again, like I said earlier, like you will see that they'll play the Ja Rule, like all the shit that we was banging to in 2003. Unless it's like Pop Smoke and Dior, as far as entertainment goes, you're not really finna hear nothing new. No, I guarantee you finna hear every single joint that comes out from that region of the world. Yeah. And I feel like that in itself creates...
That's the line. Because they actually put effort into that. That's effort. You put effort into making a playlist for your genre. And again, I understand why they're doing it. They have to control dominance in their field. And I get that. My only problem that I have about it is the Americans here not supporting other Americans. Because we could have, that's another episode. But that's why I'm targeting this group, because the group says that it's supposed to be there to help brothers and sisters of Qatar that's in Qatar. Yeah. But we're not getting none of that love. Yeah. And we want to know why, and nobody wants to tell us why, but we know why, because here's the thing. We're watching other people be elevated that are not Black American, but yet when you see us out in the street, you're telling us, oh, yeah, it's politics, it's this and that. There's no politics. I've been DJing for 2 years straight. The only politics is y'all don't fucking come out. You don't support. Yeah. I've been in every venue almost, except these new ones that just came out. And I've been there and they do not come there. They do not support it, but they will sit up and talk about how they don't have a place to go for hip hop. And then they'll spit in our face by saying, oh, this DJ is so good, but yet he doesn't even DJ your culture's music.
Or he's playing the same music I've already
played. Same shit that we played. Remember the time I was in Matrix? I played a song.
That was a disrespect.
I sat there. There were Americans in the crowd. And I sat there and DJ Tyga. I was DJing Tyga shit, right? The Hey Macarena joint. You know that gets motherfuckers up. Hey Macarena. You know that gets motherfuckers up. And my transition was dumb lit. I had the original Macarena song. Yeah. And then went into the big boy shit. As I'm playing that, people are sitting in the crowd just looking, right? Not saying, not moving. Only Twin and our other friends that we had, two other friends that we had there that were American. They were grooving. But then I got done with my set, went trap, of course, did my thing, sat down. The next DJ came up, a Filipino descent, and played the exact same song in his rotation, and everybody in the crowd went stupid.
Up dancing, everything.
Dancing around
Americans.
Like Americans.
So that's when it comes down to, is it a personal thing?
and that's why I said, even guys, if y'all think it's a personal thing with me, listen, let's say I'm the worst DJ out here. Okay, let's say I suck. My shit's trash. You have 4 other guys. And none of those guys is getting any support either. Now, say we were here and on this thing, some other DJ was getting a whole bunch of support and he's Black American. Now I will have to question myself. Okay, maybe I'm not playing the right type of music. Because I've heard some people say, oh, he don't play the whole song and all this other bullshit. But play the whole song for what? You ain't even up fucking dancing. If I see the way a DJ works is they work off of the crowd. So if I'm playing a song and your ass ain't up dancing, the fuck I'm gonna play the whole song for? I'm gonna get up out of it and go to the next track. That's how professional DJs do, because it's not a YouTube mix. YouTube mix, you can't go nowhere. That's why your favorite DJ is stuck on that one song the whole time, because that nigga can't blend another song in there. He's on YouTube mix. That shit stuck. If he skipped to the next part of the song, it's going to be obvious. So he's letting it play. That's why. But I don't understand the group, man. And like I said, I think we pretty much can all agree as we wrap this up. We can all agree that Black Americans are not supported in this group. We just gave you facts. We went through the page. We went through every single post, almost of major posts that were posts that got a lot of attention to it. And the icing on the cake is the Black American man who made a mistake, and whatever his issue was that he did, and he got in trouble and he was put on blast, and he had over 100 comments. That means people are active in the group. So you can't give the alibi of, oh, maybe people just don't be on the group. Yeah, they are.
They active.
They're there. They just, so literally they're looking at a post and they're scrolling past it. That's gotta be a lot of energy. Think about it. Think about this. You're on a page, you see one person do something and post it, and you like it, comment on it, and then you see something else and you skip it. You got to put energy to skip. That same energy could have just repost, and then kept scrolling. That's what we thought this group was for, but we have not got any benefit from it. So we asked, the name should be probably changed, or it should be more refined. You should put in there exactly who you're supporting, because what we've witnessed as Black Americans here is that the group caters to every other nationality. And I can't even just say that you're just only supporting African descent, because I just showed you a Palestinian guy, a Palestinian comedian. Palestinian comedian got 7 to 8 likes. That's more than any of us has put up when we put a post up to DJ. He's got 7 likes.
Or change the entry process.
Because
I do believe it said, when are you coming to Qatar? When do you plan on coming? Are you in Qatar currently? It says nothing from my knowledge, and I'm going to verify this and check it out, but I don't remember it saying what African descent are you? Like, are you African descent? And it says that clearly in the bio. So maybe go through a more thorough process. What
African descent definition is.
Yeah, maybe go through a more maybe go through a better process when you're trying to accept people into the group, because I'm sure 1.7 some people may not be African descent or American, whatever the case may be.
Or just change the fucking name.
So this is interesting, guys. Check this out. We might be in the wrong group. There may be a reason why we ain't getting no support.
Well, they accepted it, so.
It says people of African descent may be defined as descendants of the African, victims of the transatlantic and the Mediterranean sea slave trade. So I don't know if, let's see, what countries are African descent? Okay, Brazil. The United States. So nope, y'all ain't got an alibi on that either. Nope, you got to take responsibility. You said African descent. It says countries with this guy African descent is Haiti, Dominican Republic, Colombia, the United States, Brazil.
Right. It's all them countries. A lot of them countries that come from the western coast of the continent of Africa.
Yes.
When you look at the western part of Africa, bro, we was either shipped to 3 or 4 places. That was the Caribbean, North America, Europe, and South America. Dog, we only came from so many goddamn places. So when a nigga posts some shit like that, you would think that we should all be fucking lucky. But outside, fuck all of that, bro. My skin look like yours.
Yeah.
My skin look like yours. It shouldn't matter where my mother came from, where my father came from, where my kids come from. It shouldn't fucking matter, because how I'm looking at you is that, bro, your skin got the same pigmentation as mine. And I'm gonna accept you, bro.
Yeah.
Your language barrier, we can have a language barrier, but you know what? No shade, no tea, my nigga. But I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna try to figure out what you talking about versus somebody that look like. Know what I mean?
Yeah. And
because that's my people. That's my people.
So
all that shit don't fucking matter.
Yes.
But when you talk about that, like, again, I say Bro, just change the fucking name.
Change the name. Be
Just
more
change the
specific.
name.
Be more
Change the
specific on who you
name.
want.
Fucking change the description
Mission
of who you
statement, all
want
that.
Yes.
in this fucking in this
group.
community fraternity type shit, because it does not feel all
false
inclusive.
Yes.
It
Very
does
well
not
said.
feel all inclusive.
Very well
And for a lot of us, bro, we're expats. We're coming from our different places in the world. We're looking for inclusiveness. This does not feel like something that is inclusive.
Yes.
And I'll be the one to say, bro, like I've probably benefited a little, like but like on the big scale,
Right.
like the big scale,
No.
it's not
No.
been that.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
can't
been
even
that.
say I even got anything out of the group, to be honest, because when I and I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I've been thinking about it all week. None of the people from that group particularly. I mean, some people from that group have showed up, but I'm talking about the big honchos, because remember, the big honchos is the ones that got the juice. So if you're the leader, I'm holding you accountable. I'm not really holding the sheep accountable. I'm holding more so you, because you got the platform. You created the group. So I'm figuring that you're going to come out like how you back up DJ Legacy, like how you back up any of the other DJs that you support that's non-Black American. I'm expecting you to come out and put that word out, or put the stamp on it. Maybe that's why we ain't getting the support either, because they don't even stamp it.
Bro, I've never gotten the love that I've seen that before. I've been out here for 5 fucking years. Matter of fact, I've seen more hate than I've seen the love that whoever that person is.
Yeah.
Bro, I got I tell you, real deal Holyfield. I did an article. Some niggas reached out to me. Travel Noir. It was like, yo, we see you do your thing out here. Da 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 da. We want to do a little article on you.
Okay.
As a Black man in Qatar. They sent me some questions they wanted me to ask. I did a whole fucking article.
Yeah.
My man, the type of brother that I am, bro. Like I like to play the background. Like I'm not the type of brother to want to be in. I don't need that. That's not me. I like to play the background.
Yeah.
So my man, he posted it in that group. Bro, it was motherfuckers in that group talking about, yo, I hope, because he got this picture on, I hope that's not in Qatar, because they gonna come and arrest him, and they gonna, and I'm just like, first of all, that's not in Qatar. Little old shawty, that's not in Qatar. I was like, I had to provide pictures for the article, but I was like, furthermore, I was like, the fact that you are more willing to tear me down,
right, than to build you up,
build me up.
That's the most comments you probably got out of anything you posted.
Because that's the only reason my man posted. It was like, yo, I know this is my man. Da, 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 let me post it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you have more energy to tear me down.
Yeah.
Versus then build me up.
Yeah.
I hope he get arrested, and this is not this is not Qatari standards. They gonna come get him and da 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 da. It's like, yo, shorty, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Wow. It goes back to like what we said about the brother they put on there that did his thing. It's only negative time that you guys can get it. We gotta wrap it up a little bit. Wait. Oh, what? Well, we got something else.
So this is during Black History Month. So they said, please delete if this post is not allowed. This is supposed to be support group for Black Americans, African descent, whatever. It says it's Black History Month, and we are shouting out how Black men are finding joy outside the U.S. Our YouTube channel is documenting our prep for moving in 2024. Our journey made easier for my husband as how they writing this? Meet the brothers of some country. Hope you can join Saturday, blah, blah. So the title is Black Men Talk About Moving Aboard. Why would you feel like this is not a allowed post if this is supposed to be supporting us? Like, you shouldn't even have to put that if this is, you say it's for Black History Month.
Yeah. And
this is this year, February 12th.
So my question too is,
so you're questioning this group damn near.
Does Black History Month not include Black Americans? Yeah, we could go so many different routes with this, and how disrespectful it is. Like I told you, even to put out that one event that they had that said the sounds of Africa and the Black American pan flag, but not one single Black American DJ. And you know what's the hurtful part? The hurtful part is all the Black Americans that attended that. To me, that hurts more. I feel more hurt when it comes from my own than it is from anybody else, because I don't expect nobody else to. But I expect somebody coming from the States to support genuinely anything that is positive coming from another one that comes from the same place they come from. So the fact that you guys even had and hosted something like that and left out the States, left out the Black Americans, left out that seems like to me you slap Malcolm X, you slap, Martin Luther King, you slap W.B. Du Bois, you slapped all of these pioneers that helped to really get shit popping. Because if you think about it, civil rights movement and all that shit started in the States. So in order for that shit to get corrected, it was started by Black Americans. So you're basically saying that we're not even important enough to be the front face of Black History Month or be side by side. We don't get to be the whole front.
To keep it a beam, bro. To keep it a beam, bro. We weren't the pioneers. It was niggas from the islands. Haitian niggas was really the original pioneers of, bruh, you're not finna continue to treat me in this specific manner. And from the revolts that we seen from Haitian niggas, we seen that and was like, oh, no, we not finna allow that. But I think there is a direct disconnect because, bro, it was a lot of African niggas selling African niggas, bro. Yeah. It was a lot of African niggas selling their people that was belonging to their tribes, it was a lot of them selling them off to the Europeans that got us over here, bro. Yeah. We had to figure this shit out. Yeah, but we had to fucking figure this shit the fuck out, bro. And to get to the point to where we just left out here stranded as if we don't belong. Like, to me, that's crazy, dog. Yeah. Because I feel like, and I'm gonna let you have it. No, bro. I feel like our culture is everything. Yeah. Our culture fucking rules fucking everything. Yeah. There is no, everybody got their own culture, but I feel like our shit is fucking everything. Everybody wants to steal from what the fuck we did. Yeah. And that's why I'm caveating why I say more so. I get the Haitians and all of that did they think. But in the U.S., we had a complete different battle. You got to remember, their battle was more so of not being enslaved. Our battle was living in the shit. It's like when you get kidnapped and you have to live with the kidnapper. For sure. You know what I'm saying? But our shit never stopped. See, their shit went on for a long period of time, and then it was done. We are the offspring of the motherfuckers who had to live through Jim Crow, who had to live through all of this type of shit that was going on. So it's like, to not have at least one Black American DJ was a slap in the face. And I'm the only guy, if you go to this page and look at the comment, I commented on there and said, this is disrespectful. No one said nothing. And nobody commented on it. Again, well, anytime I post anything in there, nobody says shit. So we get it. I get it. I'm your ally. I get it. For some reason, I am the guy that y'all just don't like. I get that. But what about the others? What about the guys that maybe that aren't speaking on it? The guys, like I said, that didn't want to actually get on because they didn't want to, be the enemy of the state. Why don't you support them? What's the excuse for that? But we got to wrap it up. We could go on for hours about this, but this topic we wanted to bring up because the next topic we definitely want to come in about the disconnect between Black Americans and Africans. And I definitely want to try to bring on somebody that can be a good spokesman for their portion of where they live in Africa and how they feel the connection is with Black Americans in the Middle East in general. We're not singling out just Doha, or just wherever you live at, all over. What do you feel like the disconnect is between the Africans and the Black Americans? That's all right. Or do you see? Yeah. Or is it a competition? What do you see? What do you feel? So make sure y'all hit us up and make sure y'all follow our IG page, the Hookah and Vape Talks with the Twins. Follow that on IG and DM us if you want to be on that, because we're all about giving everybody a chance to speak and giving everybody a chance to get their point of view across. Because we could sit here and agree and talk about this shit all day.
because we all on the same accord. But that's why we wanted somebody from the Sisters and Brothers group to maybe clarify some things if we had it misconstrued. But this is how we feel. It's no shade. Continue doing what you do, but just remember what you're doing it for.
And who you're doing it for.
And who you're doing it for. Don't leave out your other brothers and sisters, because then you're saying the brothers and sisters, and the step brothers and step kids or something. You know what I mean? That's how we feel. We feel like you're embarrassed to show us off, but you want us to spend money. You're embarrassed to have us DJ, to be the face of some type of event, but you want us to support you. I got 20 likes, guys, for reposting the Jerk Shack. Ray's Jerk Shack, 20 likes. I posted myself DJing in numerous of clubs for a whole year straight and got damn near 0 likes. Only onesies, twosies here and there for the most part. And most of them just 0. Go look at it. 0. But the Palestinian comedian received 8 to 9 likes. Anybody else got anything before we close this thing out?
It's all respect and love.
It's all love and harmony. We want to be with you guys, man. You're leaving us out. We want to be cool, man. We just want your support. We just need a repost or a like. That's it. We don't need money. We're not asking you. We're not trying to use you for your money. We didn't say come out and get 20 bottles like you do us. I've been asked to get a bottle when I go to a place. I've been asked, hey, what VIP section? As if like the only reason you want me to come is so I can make your place, pop with buying bottles and shit. Newsflash, play the music then. And you're damn right I'm going to have a Henny bottle. Goddamn right.
Not just one.
But when you're not playing my music, fuck, I'm going to buy a Henny for. I'm probably going to leave your shit like I did last night. All right, y'all. It's been a pleasure. G, we love having you on here, man. We're going to have you back on again to get into this discussion because I know you've actually even traveled over Africa.
Thank you. Yes,
so I want to get your take too on that next episode on what you actually felt about Africa and was there a connection actually being in the motherland? Yes, what was the difference between being in the motherland actually and being over here where people tend to forget where they came from?
Yes, sir.
So we definitely got to have you on there. Plug them in, G, on what I know you got some good stuff popping off too. He's doing his thing. Tell him what you're doing.
If y'all could go ahead and take some time, hop on Instagram. Y'all can follow me at G International. It's not Jizz International. It's G International. GIZ International. You'll find me on Instagram over there. And if you could go ahead and hop on YouTube, that's like my darling. That's like the thing I'm cultivating right now. I just reached over 300 subscribers. It may not seem like much to a lot of folks, but to me, that is everything. I put my blood, my sweat, and my hard work, my tears into that channel. So if you could just hop on YouTube, type in G space IZ. That's G is space international, and you'll find my hard work right there. You got a few more minutes. Hop on to the internet, type in www.gisinternational, same name. You'll find all things creatively, all my videos, all my shorts, all my long form videos about me. If you want to work with me, if you want to hire me, like, you feel me? I'm right there. There.
We also going to tag this in our page. We're going to tag these sites and tag everything that G had just said on IG. So y'all out there watching, I appreciate y'all watching, of course. Everybody that's going to listen to this later who are maybe not up yet or who haven't had a chance or at work or whatever, we appreciate your support. We love it. We love you all. We're going to tag G stuff in here so that way y'all can check out his work. Y'all can get him onto some of the projects that y'all have out here. We definitely going to get him to hook up our podcast on a couple times too. Sure. We just getting our feet wet, but we're going to get him in there. This is what you call supporting the community. This is what you call supporting your people that's out here, man. We don't have to outsource all the time. We got a lot of the talent amongst us. And that's what we want to shine light to. That's what we kind of want to. We're not bashing you guys. We're just trying to let you see the pain and hurt that's going on when you don't support your other brothers and sisters. All right. But Twin, you got anything?
Nope. I'm ready for next episode.
Next episode's in, y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Powered by Riverside FM.